Matt Canavan has released a video message confirming that he will be challenging David Littleproud for leadership of the National Party. This is what he released a short time ago.
I am going to run for the leadership of the Nationals Party next Monday. I think David Littleproud, our leader, can be very proud of what he has achieved. He and the party led the debate on The Voice. I want to see a country, a plan that does seek to get back to the principle that we did have when we were in government, back to the principle of using all our energy resources.
Joining me now is Warren Mundine, the Indigenous Forum Director at the Centre for Independent Studies. Warren, nice to see you. I might just get your reaction, if that's okay. So we've got a leadership spill happening now in the National Party. The Liberals are in a two-way tussle. How do you see this all playing out?
It's been quite interesting. This has been a legendary, historical election. You look at the result of it. First thing I want to say is to all those candidates out there, to all those supporters and volunteers on the polling booth, this wasn't your fault. This loss, you worked your guts out. I went out there and saw how you worked, and I'm very proud of yous all. And as the famous Jeff Fenwick said, I love yous all for what yous did. The failings for this was in the leadership and in the campaign.
Yeah.
That's what the failing was. You looked at the structure, you looked at the late pre-selections of candidates, not giving them a chance to really get out there in some cases. The whole thing was just a mess. You look at these social media campaigns, look, we're going to go into a discussion about this. We're going to have a look at it. My major concerns is, I'm not too concerned about the Nationals having a leadership spill. That's up to them. They make their own decisions. My major concerns is, okay, where does, and it is the Liberal Party, what are the reforms is? The New South Wales branch is under administration. When are we going to hear about what are the results of that administration? Is it going to be extended? Is there going to be constitutional reform? Things that we need to look about is how do we engage more with our membership and look at those pre-selection processes. It's a whole wide range of things. And as far as I'm concerned, everything's on the table. We need to have a look at it because at the centre right of politics is splintered. You've seen the Libertarian parties, the other people going out, independents and all that. So we've got a lot of work to work on.
It's a lot of soul searching, and I'm sure that'll be done in due course. I want to ask you about Jacinta Nampijinpa Price. Obviously, the two of you, you worked so closely together for the No campaign during the Voice to Parliament referendum. Has she done the right thing, moving to the Liberal Party?
Well, first of all, I declare my interest because Jacinta and I are not only just co-campaigners on the No campaign, we are personal friends. Yeah. More than personal friends, her and her parents and her family have stayed at my house and everything like that. Look, Jacinta, she makes up her own mind. She does her own thing, and this is going to be playing out over the next week or so, because the record of people, with the Liberals and the Nationals crossing over from each other has not been a very good record. It has ended in tears for everyone who has done it. Yeah. Now, Jacinta is a great communicator, a great leader that we need to have within the Parliament, for the Australian public, let alone for the coalition. And I am concerned. I'll be quite honest about that. But
why are you concerned?
Because what could happen with the disruption. You just saw, one of the candidates for the National Party, Matt Canavan, is not really happy with this whole process.
But do you think she's done the right thing?
It's up to her to make her own decisions. Yeah. She's always been that person who made her own decisions and did things. So the issues and look at the result in the Senate. That's going to be a struggle for the Nationals now. She wants to be in leadership material. She's always been that. The general public have been pushing her in that direction. So it was, so it was an inevitable that it was going to happen. Yeah. Suppose better that late than never, and we'll see what the result of it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we let you go, I want to ask you about the Greens. Of course, Adam Bandt has lost his seat in Melbourne.
That's made my whole life.
I think it's made everyone. I think it was a party.
I can die now. I can die and die happy.
What do you think about it, though? They had a shocker across the board, really, on Saturday night. What does it mean for the party now in this political climate, do you think?
What they've done is if they moved from an environmental warrior party to this, look what they did, anti-Semitic bigotry that they've gone out there, and they've been rewarded for it. They went backwards in the woke capital of Australia, Canberra. They went backwards in the election in Queensland, and now they're going backwards in the federal election. If you've seen a party that is quickly becoming irrelevant, and that's it as a party. The issue is that they're still in the Senate.
Yes.
And that is a big problem, because are they still going to push their agenda in the Senate when it's become quite obvious that Australia has given up on them?
Yeah, I just think you're right, though. I think everyone was celebrating Adam Bant losing his seat yesterday. It was certainly...
I haven't met a person who wasn't celebrating, I know.
Yeah, exactly. Look, Warren Mundine, it's been a fascinating campaign, and as you said, the Liberals have a lot of soul-searching to do from here on in, but I'd be very curious to see how the party room meetings play out Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, you'd love to be a fly on the wall.
You? Love to be in there with the popcorn, Warren Mundine.
But they've got to really seriously sit down and look to the future. When you look at the election, you would say they're out for 6 years. But I would say that they've got a great time now in the next 3 years to regroup and start focusing on the Australian people.
You're spot on, absolutely. Good to catch up with you, Warren Mundine. Thank you for coming in today. Really appreciate it. Thank you.